We're going to be on Ghost Town for this one, guys, and we're in the even 90. I haven't got my points yet on Battle Pass or for Battle Pass in the even 90. I don't even really like playing this tank that much anymore because every single person on the server plays this tank now. But we're playing the even 90, and I do have the low noise exhaust, the modified low noise exhaust on it. So I believe it's 9% concealment, right? This is the bounty piece, and it gets me about 54% concealment, so that's really, really good, man. So what I like to do on this map, especially in the even 90, T92, LHMTV, these little tanks, is I come to this bush and just kind of assess the map, see what's going on. Now, what I want to point out to you guys is that there's a tree right here that gets knocked down. I don't know if it's right now, maybe in 30 seconds, a minute, actually right now. You can see it get knocked down there, and I see it, right? I actually see it, so I ping the map. I ping a little too far out, but I'm trying to let people know that there's someone sitting in this area. It's likely the Batchat 12T, the EBR, and the Hawk 12 are over here, and I'm looking on here, and I'm like, yeah, it's got to be the Batchat, man. I don't know who else would be in there. Like Su-130, Kari, ISUs will be in the back and stuff. It's got to be the Batchat. So knowing where he is, and this is what I want to explain to you guys. Knowing where he is, watch kind of how I approach this now. See how I'm going to come up? I'm going to put this bush in between where I think he is and where I am. And then I'm going to sit right here and we're going to spot the ISU, and this guy is done for, right? Because at this point with my CVS, he should be permalit. We also have the Kari lit. And we now basically own this side of the map just about. There's likely still someone sitting over here, but the Batchat 12T makes a very interesting play here. I just assumed that he would be sitting here the whole game. When I start to advance, he actually moves into the bush line. And I don't know if he saw me coming and did that and kind of went like this as I was driving in like this, but it was a very good play, and you'll see that I'm actually not even able to spot him, and I end up just making this huge, aggressive, active scout run, and luckily I only take one shot from the Kari, I think, and I somehow get out of it, right? So I'm going to hit the EBR here. I'm going to try and get this shot into him to clean him up. I'm unable to do so, and now I'm going to kind of run away, trying to keep this mound in between me and where the Kari was, and just keeping, you know, a mindful eye of where people might be on the map that can get shots at me. Like whenever I'm retreating, that's always what I'm thinking about. That's why I run away. When I run away, guys, I always run into things because I keep the camera facing forward. In other words, I run this way, like I run backwards, but I keep the camera facing, you know, at the front of my tank, so to speak, instead of just turning around and doing this. And I don't even look at where I'm going because I want to see the angle that people have on me, the shots that people have on me. I don't want to necessarily see where I'm going. I want to see what angles people have on me. So I like to go like this and use the terrain, if that makes sense. It's something you guys could try, but I would recommend that you do look forward from time to time. I just know the maps pretty well that at this point I don't run into things all the time, but sometimes I do, and it's funny, man. But it's like you got to look where you're going, right? But that's just the way the game works. I wish there was a way. There actually is a mod, I believe, to zoom the camera out a lot, but I just feel like it's not worth loading on as lanes. Also, because once you zoom out that much, it's kind of hard to see the map anyway. So I just use the standard camera, but that's an option. Like you guys could look into Aslane's mod pack. But anyway, look at this crazy scout run, guys. And now you saw that I kind of went through this bush line. I'm pinging it, and I'm like, I know he's right here, and he wasn't there. So I'm still getting spotted, though. And when I got relit again here, I know he's in the bush line. So if he didn't fire at this point, I would have ran right down the bush line and knocked him out anyway. But it's a very, very notable good play by the 12T. So if you're in a situation like this where you see someone coming at you, or you just think that you're starting to lose that side of the map, don't be afraid to move. You know, he was never spotted, so maybe it's just kind of a luck thing. Like he wasn't even really certain if I was going to make this play or not, and you know, but I believe that I think he did it on purpose to kind of fool people because he knocked this tree here, and maybe he thought, oh, someone saw it or whatever. Whatever the case is, guys, whether it was by accident or on purpose, it was a good play on his part to adjust there because he was able to sit like right in here or somewhere where I did this whole entire circle and couldn't even spot him, right? And that's why bushes in this game, especially when you're in a tank like the Batchat 12T that has a lot of concealment. Bushes are vital, and you guys need to learn how to use them because there are so many places you can get to on some maps that are just broken, man, right? Like now I'm in this area, the Kavri is going to be permalit every time he pokes, and this is pretty much a GG, right? Eventually I'm going to push up. We spot the ISU again, and it gets to a point where the tank destroyers are going to be so passive that you can kind of just start pushing up, right? Because as the Kari keeps poking up, we're going to continue to light him. Take a shot at the 56 TP to clean him up, and now I'm just wiggling. I'm doing the Steel Gut Slalom, trying to stay away from the ISU. I'm going to pull up right here. I know that the Su-130 does not have the render range. You can see that right here. He can come down the cliff a little bit, and he might have a shot, but I'm comfortable sitting right here, poke up, spot the ISU as he's trying to, either get away or take a shot at whoever's pushing here. He does actually get a shot into the FV. It's a nice shot for him, 700 and something damage. This tank with the big gun, man, if you can actually hit something, you will do a lot of damage, man. It's a fun tank, but it's just kind of trollish, right? But now we can move up. We're going to go after the Kari, and this is really the only, well, I would say the first mistake I made was making this active scout run over here and just completely missing the Batchat 12D. The second mistake I make is just going out too far here while I'm cleaning up the Kari. I should have just circled him right like this, but I wanted to come around him, and then I know the Su-130 is going to have a shot. I try to back up a little bit, and he ends up cleaning me up. So is what it is. Everyone's going to go after the Su-130 here. They clean him up, and that's the game, guys. But really what I wanted to show you in this one is how you can use this bush line effectively. The Batchat 12T did it very, very well, but if you have to, don't be afraid, especially in the even 90, to do a little wiggle, wiggle, jiggle, jiggle on your way out, man. It's very hard to hit the even 90, and it's even harder to hit it when it's going like in a snaking pattern like this. It's harder to hit a tank that's moving laterally, right? I believe is the proper word. So always keep that in mind, especially versus Artie. If you guys are ever going against Artie players, don't run right at them. Like, turn as much as you can away from them. Like going, I guess it would be parallel to them, right, or whatever, or perpendicular to them. So hopefully you guys get what I'm saying, man. But don't run directly at them because it's easy for them to turn just a little bit and then shoot you. So do that. It'll keep you away from their insane HE rounds. It's so annoying, man. But you guys know how I feel about Artie. And yeah, there's some quick tips for you guys. Don't be afraid to do the snake, right? Just do it, guys. Trust me. You'll be better off. All right, let's take a look at these templates. So 4,541 spotting, 504 damage. The damage on Ghost Town, not super important if you can use the bush line like I did, right? And then here we go, guys. 504 damage. We're at 2 kills, 1,034 experience, and that puts us, I believe, second by experience. 50 TP had a really, really good game, man. And that's it. So I hope that helps you out on Ghost Town, guys. There are some light tank players that like to go to the other side of the map. They don't even want to bother with the bush line there. I find that side of the map with the long bush line is much easier to defend than the other side, because the other side is where you have those big hills, right? And you have the distance, right? Like, you'd think it'd be easier to defend. It's actually easy in my eyes to defend both sides. But what I'm saying is where the hills are on the far side of the map, and you have a lot more render range to take care of tanks that go on that side towards the bush line, right? And up. So as long as you have someone there to kind of scout it, yeah, you should be okay, right? Like, it's just easy in my eyes to defend the bases on this map because the map is so open. That's not the case with actually a lot of maps, but I feel like defense is pretty important on this map, and it's one of those maps where if you push and you're pushing alone, like your teammates aren't going to follow you, you're going to get punished very quickly, man. So that's what I have to say about Ghost Town, guys. I hope the video is informative. If it does help you out, feel free to subscribe. It helps me out. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye now.